CPW at different levels of society. And when I make reference to different levels, I'm looking at the level when you, at the family structure, family in a community in a city within a province within a country, and looking at overarching control mechanisms from government. So that is how I'm going to just elaborate on this. So entrench and provide hope of change across geopolitical, ethical, and religious lines. People, this is very, very important. Our messaging and the words we use can either break people or they can build them up. We choose to be part of those that to use words that build people up. Because when you build people up, you give them hope. Acknowledge that families need to enjoy human dignity. We are all different, but show basic respect towards your elders, family members, and have tolerance for one another. Aimed that the social ecological construct of community influence behavioral change and advocate peace in community. And if I look at the, from the video, that has started. And you can see how more people are talking around peace within communities. Reaffirm that faith is fundamental in dignity. When we pray, whether you pray on your own, whether you pray in a collective group, but when you pray and you connect inside, it allows you, almost like it facilitates you to have self-worth for you as an individual, and then dignity towards others. As I said, woman with the heart of a mother has the ability to bridge ethics, ethnic, political, and cultural divide. Because when you love, when you see a child that needs help, you don't ask, what race are you, what ethnicity are you from? You feel, I need to help that child, or I need to help that individual. That is something that is special for us as women. The heart of a mother provides women with strength to prevent and stop conflict and facilitate using informal and formal structures. So often, and I see it more and more women understand that they need to connect with structures within their community, connect with one another. Makuba just shared with me, she sat on a bus and she met someone who is a single mother at Pick and Pay. It's about connecting, giving that person, they're listening, they're sharing. It is not big things. It's that small thing, one person at a time, that you make a difference just by listening to that individual. Women should be an integral part of peace and reconciliation initiatives, especially at a national level. So I want to just go on to Article 1 to 7, and I'm just going to highlight some of the points. I'm sure that they would share the presentation with all of you. Article 1 to 7, which addresses fundamental rights, especially the role of state concerning the promotion of peace. Establishing platforms for political and social advocacy is so important. And when we do advocacy, it's important that we understand in today's day and age, you'll find that people utilize social media. People need, it's about how do I get my message out there through mechanisms that connects with youth, because they are the future. But similarly, if I look at communities as well, for those that are at home, in your services that you do at churches, at mosques, at community centers, the work that has been done is as a ripple-on effect for others as well. Advocacy through network facilitates the opportunity to be integral part of formal and informal peace negotiations, and also it augments by women's relationship building in order to close interdependency gap. And as I said, if you look at the ecological construct of how society is set up, and I said family into household into community, and so on. Those are interdependency gaps based on organizations and structures that are set. It is important that we have a clear context of the connectivity of it, and how do we leverage off that in order to create change. Article 8 to 10, overcoming the barriers of political participation through translating existing capacities and expertise into political participation. All organizations makes a difference. And it's about understanding what are the activities that they have in your community and leverage off that. And you can do that if you're sitting with a view around what's best for humanity. And it's not about what's best for the political organization. It is the policies that they represent resonates with what you believe is good for humanity, and then support. Engage both men and women in reshaping gender dynamics. I think as we sit here as International Women's Peace Organized, we need to understand that men do play a part. Yes. Men they are our brothers, our fathers, our sons, future fathers. They need to understand where what our needs as women. And to do that, you've got to integrate them and make them part of this experience. When we talk around women organization, I think I want to stress this point that we cannot stipulate that we are so women liberated that we do not need men. Do not sit with that mindset. They are a fundamental, important, integrated dependency in our coexistence on earth, in households, in communities, in cities. So I thought I'll just reinforce that point. Organizations working with IWPG to build peace, in other words, give people hope. As I shared earlier on, the ecosystem. An ecosystem focuses on different organizations, NGOs, community organizations working together. Collectively, we need to make our voice heard. We call for more concerted strategies to tackle community issues, drugs, skills development center, job creation strategies. We ask to encourage organizations to collaborate, support common goals, to create safer and more welcome communities. Together we need to keep faith alive. And I think faith is almost like the foundation that gives us strength to keep going. Because sometimes we do go through periods of, where you actually feel tired. But then your faith re-energizes you to keep going. Interfaith programs, it's important for us to remember victims. Children who has lost their lives, children that are missing in our communities, families that are going through difficulty and hardship. It's important that we remember those individuals, our neighbors in our daily prayers, and focusing on human race and not sitting with stereotypes, because sometimes it creates barriers. Lastly, I just want to reinforce that our appreciation as IWPG for so many organizations that has partnered over years in order to support the advocacy to enable international law of peace, which is the DPCW, women peace education, plant peace, and also the networks that you use in terms of the support that we get. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must be honest. I don't think I break down or I can even match up to Ms. Abrahams of how she breaks down the DPCW.